Hello everyone, it's your friendly neighbor in the verse, Yentra here, with a guide to salvage in 3.18 PTU. In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the much anticipated salvage gameplay loop in Star Citizen. So sit back, grab your favorite drink, and hold on to your socks because it's about to get real up in here. Before we begin, let's take a quick check-in to what you're going to need before you head out and start scraping those hulls for big profits. You're going to need a ship capable of salvaging the derelict ships out there in the verse. Currently, there's only 2 ships in the game that can do this, the Vulture and the Reclaimer. So if you don't have one of those ships, buddy up with someone who does to join in on the fun. I'll be using the Vulture for this guide, but the principles are the same regardless of which ship you use. A multi-tool with a tractor beam attachment. This little guy is an absolute must because you'll need it to move the reclaimed material in your cargo area. Do not leave home without it. Now that you have all the things you'll need to salvage, it's time to find something to salvage. As of the 3.18 PTU release, you can salvage any disabled ship in the verse, and CIG has been kind enough to sprinkle a few of these ships around the Stanton system, so we don't have to be bothered to wait around while our friends PvP themselves to a soft death. Most of the aforementioned disabled ships can be found near any of the L1 stations around the system, Arc L1, Hurl L1, etc. Once you arrive, your proximity scanner should automatically pick up nearby derelict ships and display this new icon, which for me is clearly a baked potato, maybe with some butter, and someone is sprinkling salt on it. Unlike the boxes, the potato icon will have no distance indicator, so slow and steady on your approach, unless you want to add another ship to the ship graveyard. To activate your lasers, you need to go into salvage mode. Press M to toggle this mode on and off. Once you're in salvage mode, the HUD will show up. There's a lot to dig into here, so let's go over it all. As you hover over your targeted ship, you'll see it has been divided into sections, each outlined in some color. The HUD itself is divided into 4 main sections, 2 of which are made up of the left and right section, 1 for each of the 2 lasers on the Vulture. Presumably this could allow you to have different modules and settings enabled for each laser, but as far as I can tell, for now at least, what happens on one laser happens on the other. On the top of the left and right sections, you'll see 2 modules. These represent 2 methods for extracting material. The default module is the Cinch Scraper module. The second module is called the Abrade Scraper module. It's clear these 2 modules are meant to give us trade-offs and should be used under their more ideal circumstances. For example, you may choose to use this smaller laser for smaller ships, and the larger laser when you're less concerned about running out of material. And below the module stats, you can see the distance to target for each laser. The top center section is where we see 2 progress bars and the current extraction rate stats. The left progress bar shows how much material you have scooped up. Once it reaches 1 SCU, it will trigger the creation of a 1 SCU box of reclaimed material, which is the stuff you'll be selling. The right progress bar shows the total amount of salvageable material left for the section that you're currently pulling material from. This bar will go down as you and potentially other salvagers extract material from that particular section. Let's take a look at the bottom center section. It shows 2 big circles, 1 for each of the lasers. They will show the amount of valid material remaining for where that particular laser is currently pointed. Each circle fills up and empties as it detects valid material and said material is being extracted. If the laser is done extracting, or if there is no harvestable material where that laser is currently pointed, the circle will indicate invalid. The center smaller circle is actually two circles on top of one another, again, one for each laser, and they represent the offset distance for the laser's point of focus. By default, the lasers are set to converge on one point, so that's why it looks like there's just one circle there now. The offset distance is indicated below in meters. Just below those smaller center circles, you'll see two offset modes, horizontal offset and vertical offset. This will be so you can choose to have the lasers separated horizontally or vertically from one another. Let's get you into salvage mode if you're not already by pressing M. Remember, M will toggle on and off salvage mode and bring up your HUD. Your left mouse button will turn on and off the lasers. There's no need to keep it held down. A single click will do. You can move your mouse, which by default moves your ship to aim the lasers. Speaking of moving lasers, you can press G and it will toggle between gimbal and fixed mode. Gimbal mode will allow you to move the lasers around while keeping your ship stationary. The default fixed mode will just point your entire ship at the target. Pressing your right mouse button will switch between the available laser modules. Alt plus mouse wheel will adjust your laser offset, either horizontally or vertically, depending on which offset mode you're in. Alt plus your right mouse button will change the offset mode between the horizontal and vertical mode options. The salvage process is divided into two main areas of responsibility. One, the extraction of the material, which is done by the pilot, and two, the management of the cargo that is being created by the salvageable material in the cargo bay of your ship. Let's go over each of these roles with a bit more detail. First, you're going to extract hull material. You'll do this by turning your lasers on and pointing them at harvestable material to scoop up. As you extract material, your cargo progress bar will fill up until it hits that magic number of 1 SCU of reclaimable material. At that point, a 1 SCU box will be made and automatically ejected from the filler station located in the cargo area of your ship. That box will remain there until someone moves it out of the way. You can continue to fill up the filler station with more material until, again, the progress bar fills up for a second time. At that point, you'll see this warning pop up that the filler station is obstructed. This will be your signal to stop harvesting material and go to the cargo bay to clear that blocked filler station. So you've scooped up enough material and it's time to manage some cargo. Let's talk about that. This is where that tractor beam attachment of your multi-tool comes into play. Move the cargo by positioning it out of the way of the filler station and onto your cargo grid. You just need to get it in the general vicinity and it should automatically indicate that with a snap to the grid by displaying a purple representation of the box and its snapped location. At that point, you can use the control panel on the filler station to eject the second box out of the hopper. Again, move that box to your cargo grid and you can continue salvaging more material at this point. You can stack your cargo too high, which gives you 6 slots per row of 2 rows, giving you a total of 12 spots to safely store your cargo. Once your cargo bay is full, you're going to want to sell these boxes. You can sell RCM from any ship that contains the cargo, and you can sell that cargo at any of the TDD stations on any of the planets in Stanton. Salvage in 3.18 PTU is just a heck of a lot of fun. I highly recommend you check it out in the PTU if you have access, and if you don't, hope you consider watching more of my coverage of the PTU in future videos and streamed gameplay on this channel. Finally, I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel for more Star Citizen gameplay, including live streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And my org gives away one vehicle at the end of every month. And the links for how you can be entered to win are in the description down below, along with links to my Discord, my RSI org, and some ways you can financially support the channel if you so choose. Thank you, I love and appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next video.